If you've ever gotten to the end of the month and asked yourself, where did all my money go? This video is going to fix that for good. Because here's the truth most people never hear. You're usually not broke because you don't make enough. You're broke because you don't have a plan for what you do make. Two people can earn the exact same paycheck. One of them is stressed, overdrafting, and living check to check, and the other is saving, investing, and sleeping fine at night. The difference isn't income, the difference is a budget. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build a personal budget from scratch, one that actually works in real life, not just on paper. We're going to cover how to figure out your real income, how to organize every expense, how to pick a budgeting method that fits you, how to prioritize saving so it actually happens, and how to build the habits that keep the whole thing running. Let's get into it. Let's clear something up first, because this is the reason most budgets die within 2 weeks. A budget is not a punishment. It's not a diet for your money where you're never allowed to have fun again. That's the mindset that makes people quit. A budget is simply a plan that tells your money where to go before the month happens, instead of you looking back afterward wondering what you did. Think about it like a GPS. You wouldn't start a road trip to a new city with no directions and just hope you end up in the right place. Your money deserves the same thing, a destination and a route. When you budget, you're not restricting yourself. You're giving every dollar a job. And when every dollar has a job, you stop feeling guilty about spending because you already decided ahead of time what was okay. So drop the idea that budgeting is about deprivation. It's about control. It's about telling your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. Now, step one, before you can plan your money, you have to know exactly how much you're actually working with. And I mean actually, the number you want is your take-home pay, the money that hits your account after taxes, after insurance, after retirement deductions. Not the salary number on your offer letter, the real number. Because if you build your budget around what you think you make instead of what you actually keep, the whole thing collapses. If you're on a steady salary, this is easy. Just look at what lands in your account each pay period and add it up for the month. If you get paid every 2 weeks, remember that twice a year you'll get a third paycheck in a month. So plan around the two you can count on and treat the extra as a bonus. Now, if your income is irregular, you're self-employed, you drive, you freelance, you work on commission, here's the move. Look back over the last 3 to 6 months, find your lowest earning month, and build your budget around that number. Budget for your worst month, and every better month becomes breathing room instead of a surprise you blow through. Step 2, you need to see where your money is actually going right now, not where you think it goes. Pull up your bank statements and your card statements from the last month, maybe 2. Yes, all of it. This part can be uncomfortable, but it's the single most powerful thing you'll do today, because you can't fix what you can't see. As you go through, you're going to sort every expense into 3 buckets. The first bucket is fixed expenses. These are the bills that stay basically the same every month: your rent or mortgage, your car payment, insurance, phone bill, subscriptions, loan payments. Predictable, recurring, hard to change quickly. The second bucket is variable necessities. These are things you have to pay for, but the amount moves around: groceries, gas, utilities, basic household stuff. You need them, but you have some control over how much you spend. The third bucket is discretionary spending. This is the fun stuff, and the optional stuff could be eating out, entertainment, shopping, that daily coffee, the impulse buys. Nothing wrong with this category, but this is almost always where the leaks are hiding. Here's what usually happens when people do this for the first time. They find 1 or 2 categories that are way bigger than they realized. the food delivery that quietly added up to hundreds of dollars, the 5 subscriptions they forgot they had. Don't judge yourself, just notice it. Awareness alone will change your spending before you even make a single rule. Now that you know your income and your expenses, step 3 is choosing a system to organize it all. I'm going to give you 3 of the most proven methods, and you're going to pick the one that fits your personality. There's no single right one. The best budget is the one you'll actually stick to. The first is the 50-30-20 rule, and it's the easiest place to start. You split your take-home income into 3 parts. 50% goes to your needs: housing, food, transportation, the essentials. 30% goes to your wants: the fun, the lifestyle, the discretionary stuff. And 20% goes to savings and paying off debt. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's great if you're just getting started and don't want to track every single dollar. The second method is the zero-based budget, and this one's for people who want more control. The idea is that your income minus your expenses should equal 0, not because you spend it all, but because every dollar is assigned a job before the month begins. Income coming in minus everything you plan to do with it, including savings, equals 0. Nothing is left floating around unaccounted for. This takes more effort, but it's the most powerful method for actually hitting goals fast, because no money slips through the cracks. The third is the envelope system, and it's perfect if overspending is your weakness. You take your spending categories, groceries, gas, entertainment, and you put the cash for each one into a separate envelope, or these days a separate account, or a digital version of the same thing. When the envelope's empty, you're done spending in that category until next month. It sounds old school, but the psychology is undefeated. When you physically watch the money run low, you spend differently. Pick one, don't overthink it. You can always adjust later. Step 4. And this is the one that separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. You have to prioritize your savings. And the key word is prioritize. Most people save whatever is left over at the end of the month. And you already know how that story ends. There's never anything left over, so we flip it. You pay yourself first. The moment your income hits your account, a set amount goes straight to savings before you spend a single dollar on anything else. You treat your savings like it's the most important bill you have, because it is. Now, where does that money go? Your first priority is an emergency fund. Before you invest, before you do anything fancy, you want a cushion of cash for when life happens, the car breaks down, the surprise bill shows up, the job situation changes. Start with a small, winnable goal like your first $1,000 saved, then build it up over time toward a few months of expenses. This fund is what keeps one bad week from turning into thousands of dollars of new debt. After that emergency fund is started, you point your savings at your goals. Maybe that's paying off a credit card, maybe it's a down payment, a car, a business, a trip. Whatever it is, give it a name and give it a number. I want to save more doesn't move you. I'm putting $200 a month toward a $3,000 emergency fund that moves you. Specific goals with specific amounts are what turn a budget from a chore into a mission. Step 5 is what makes all of this last, because a budget you have to fight with every day won't survive. The secret is to make the right thing automatic and the wrong thing harder. Start by automating everything you can. Set your savings to transfer automatically on payday, so it happens without you thinking about it. Put your fixed bills on auto pay so you never get hit with a late fee. When your good money habits run on autopilot, your willpower stops being the thing standing between you and your goals. Next, build in a weekly check-in, just 5 or 10 minutes once a week, to look at what came in and what went out. This is huge. Budgets don't fail on the big decisions. They fail from 100 small ones you never noticed. A quick, weekly look keeps you honest and lets you catch problems while they're still small. And give yourself a little guilt-free spending money built right into the plan. This is the part people skip, and it's why they burn out. If your budget has zero room for enjoyment, you'll rebel against it and quit. So build the fun in. When it's already accounted for, you get to enjoy it with zero guilt. And that's what makes you stick with it for the long run. Finally, remember that your first budget will not be perfect, and that's completely normal. You'll overspend somewhere. You'll have to adjust the numbers. That's not failure. That's the process. The people who win with money aren't the ones who never mess up. They're the ones who look at what went wrong, tweak the plan, and keep going. So let's bring it all together. To build a budget that actually works, know your real take-home income. Track and organize every expense into fixed, variable, and discretionary. Pick a method that fits you: 50, 30, 20, zero-based, or envelopes. Pay yourself first and prioritize your savings, starting with an emergency fund. And then automate it, check in weekly, and give yourself room to enjoy the ride. Do this, and within a few months, you won't just have a budget. You'll have control. You'll know exactly where your money is going. You'll watch your savings grow, and that end-of-the-month stress, gone. Your money is one of the most powerful tools you'll ever have. A budget is just how you finally take the wheel. If this helped you, do me a favor and subscribe, because the only thing constant is change, and I'm here to help you make sure it's changing in your favor. Drop a comment and tell me which budgeting method you're going to try first. I'll see you in the next one.
We know health is also wealth. So let's pause this video and work these pull-ups.